what is the purpose? I don't know this. Is the purpose of having people of a high status in the Catholic religion because they're only supposed to be in a relationship with God?
Yeah, that's how they see it, from what I know.
I was guessing. Yeah, I was kind of.
So all of the sisters are married to the god, right? That's why they're supposed to be single. And what about the guys though? Are they married to God too?
I think that's how they view it.
Or like you devote your life to God only and nobody else, and that is their purpose in life. That is their calling.
Because Christians can, right?
Yeah, they can. Oh, there's just like a lot of things. I think like from
Christians separated from Catholicism because of a lot of those reasons.
Yeah, there's like the differences. Also, there's the Virgin Mary thing. That's the difference between Christian and Catholicism. And I think in Christianity, it doesn't make sense for the Virgin Mary thing because it says in the Bible that you're not supposed to have any idols before God. But you took this woman who is not
an idol.
And we have a bunch of saints.
Yeah,
they have more than they have a ton of
they have
saints.
popes and saints, and you put them on the same pedestal as God. But in the Bible, it says you're not supposed to have any idols before God. So it didn't make sense, and that kind of, which I didn't understand either when it was explained to me like that. I was like, oh, why is that?
Well, in Catholicism, though, it's always been a very strong institution that was tied with government and the control of the people. If you look into the history of it, it was invented by the Romans to basically keep everybody under. Christianity was becoming a very popular religion, and they changed from paganism into basically Catholicism or Christianity. Before the Christianity that we know today in America and in maybe Eastern Europe, the Orthodox, and it's different from what it used to be. But that, in my opinion, was one of the best mind control things invented. Ancient men weren't stupid.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest way. If you want a great society to operate the same way, you want your empire to think the same and treat each other the same and have the same laws, get them brainwashed into the same religion. And that's exactly what happened. So
I like to think of it as someone told their kid a bedtime story and it got out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they would control, like you were saying, that's how they would control the villagers when they would have like confessions. Like, you know how we have our confessions and then it's like, all right, what sins did you commit or whatever? And then they would say certain things and then that would go back to the king and then they would like deal with everything.
Oh my God, I'm so mind blown right now.
There was a huge reform with Martin Luther. And he was the guy that was like, you know what? This shouldn't be just special knowledge for people of high-ranking members of the church. We should teach everybody how to read the Bible. We should learn, everybody should learn like all this stuff. It shouldn't be an institution. And that's why there was a huge fucking battle between him and that. And that was the start of Protestant or more the Christian that we know. And then from then on, it was more like everyone's direct connection to God, everyone's interpretation of the Bible. And now we have all these different types of Christians.
It was supposed to be the only way to ask for forgiveness or speak to God was through the celestial beings, which is Pope. With the Pope.
Yeah, and then it became like a very like, it became like Buddhism where you pay for forgiveness. You always go to the church, you just pay. You pay money for good luck, you pay money for all that shit. Big institutions, they collect a fuck ton of money. Huge fucking money.
I went to I'm not a religious person, but my friend took me to a Catholic church, the TV broadcasted ones. I walked in and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is a church? There's like fucking TV cameras and cranes and shit. Like, this is weird to me.
It's a huge money-making machine and a great way to control people.
And it's exempt from tax.
Yeah, and it sucks because a lot of people have a lot of faith and a lot of like heart into this stuff. And do you. If you guys love whatever your religion is, you're devoted, it makes you happy, just do you. But there's a reason why a lot of people see it as a mind-controlling, very dangerous thought, like idea.
Interesting.